gosh. By the grace of God, July, you know.
Thank you. Yeah.
The Caravan for Compassion was out collecting food and clothing Saturday in the Kern River Valley.
But this time, you know, as you can see, we got 3 trucks. So hopefully we'll have about 2.5 to 3 trucks full of food to distribute between the food pantry and the Salvation Army in Lake Isabella and the God Storehouse in Weldon.
Terry Parks with the Food Pantry Food Bank appreciates the help.
Most of the federal money runs out like in October, but we also provide stuff on emergencies. You know, we had fires over the summer, so we provide emergency food and clothing and stuff like that. So now there's a bigger need because we got depleted early, and we know there's an increase this year on the holiday on how many people are going to need it. So just the fact that communities and everybody else pitches in, you know, that's basically what we rely on.
Got to keep doing it. So we're gonna plan to do it the 3rd Saturday of every month.
When Al Stewart heard that the food pantry and other local food banks were almost empty, he took action to help his community. Al enlisted the help of Dr. Holly Spahn-Gross to organize the effort, and the Caravan for Compassion took to the streets.
The food pantry was actually, they were rationing what they gave to the people. So they really needed the food. And this time the food pantry asked us if we would also collect the winter clothing. So we're doing that this time. Actually in this area we probably got more than a 12% unemployment rate in terms of people being laid off. And more people get laid off every week. And so we've got families in terms of children and mothers and fathers, as well as singles and retired people who are in desperate need of food, just the basics. And with winter coming, you know, a need for blankets and winter clothing, that type of thing.
One of the Caravan drop-off stops is the Senior Center in Lake Isabella. This Saturday, the Salvation Army is preparing their annual holiday dinner for the hungry and the needy.
You're going down Reader.
Bill Blanton makes sure that those who cannot travel to the Senior Center have the meal delivered to their home.
This is a time in particular, because of what's going on, that we have got to, really those of us that have got to help those that have not. It's not always their fault that they have not. And many of them have not had the privileges that some of the rest of us have had. But right now, we got to be sure that they can get food so they can eat. We got to keep them warm. We use propane only here in the valley, and it gets very expensive usually during the winter. A minimum delivery last year from one of the companies here would have cost us almost $300. That may be good for a month. And if you look at that and say $300 a month when the average income is under $1,000, they're paying $550 to $700 in rent. It just doesn't come together.
We got lots of potatoes, and we got 4, I think we got 6.
Robert Burkhart heads up the volunteer kitchen crew.
Outboard motors.
How many people are you serving today?
The last count was 229. When I was in the Navy, I was cooking for 750 to 1,000. So, but I'm retired now. This is okay. This isn't a cakewalk, but it's okay.
What else are you guys taking?
As the caravan travels the valley to help their neighbors, 7th grader Elijah does his part to load food and clothing.
I heard about it from my grandma's church.
Do you feel like it was worthwhile to come out?
Yeah.
How come?
Because it's helping people that really need help in the winter and now, and so it's really helping them get through it and at least stay warm through the winter.
And Elijah is not the youngest helper in this community effort.
Good job!
Look for the Caravan for Compassion every 3rd Saturday. The caravan stops in 6 communities to collect donations for the Kern River Valley food banks.